Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set, hut, 3. Hey, Lobo, 3. I'm coming out, hut, 6, 4. Wait, I'm coming after the ball. Set, hut.
First carry for Darius Geis. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Let's go.
Second down, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And all this is taking him one-handed. What a catch.
Come on now.
He got 29 yards that time.
First and goal.
Here we go. Hey, switch gears.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Geis alone in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins.
Touchdown, Washington.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
43 is the mic.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Protein spit.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
120. Go, Greg.
Check 31. Check 31.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Redskins' 37-yard line.
Banjo.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180. Sunday.
Slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
It's just me and you. Alert flare.
Kill.
Flare.
56.
From the 24, Wentz.
All day, defense. All day.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He's checking.
Great 57.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Motion.
Hey, Stash. 22 jet bomber.
To throw is Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Zach Ertz there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7. Jake Elliott.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Gets around him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
That's it.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
He was taken down by Reuben Foster. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Watch it, watch it.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Undercrunch, undercrunch.
Greystone travel for Tokyo.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
56 is the mic. Come on, D.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS.
Check 3.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up third down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 19.
25 yards on the play. That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Waiting. Sunday.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Back man. Waiting.
Yeah, right there, 56.
Sunday.
Check. Lucky.
On first down, Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
56, the mic, boy. Check 56. In your face. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Two jet.
Watch the run. Peek that.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
180.
56 is the mic.
Hey, tighten down.
Black. 46 down, man. 5-4.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wentz. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Joe Mixon looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal.
To 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Check 24.
Another try for Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing now is Wentz. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
120. Hey, other side. Solid.
Focus, defense, focus. Jam him. Jam.
Blue draw corkers. Hey, great 15.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down. Hey, alert 3. Shift.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Eagles 17, Redskins 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Haskins on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Back near the goal line, here's Wentz. He finds his running back, Mixon. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And a big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's go. Great. Lose 5-7.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
3rd and 1.
Check. Crunch.
80 weapon.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
At the 16-yard line.
Hey, Lobo. 3.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Check. Fresno.
On first down, this is Geis.
Go. Run.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Haywood. Deuce. 36.
On On second down, here's Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
Pick me up. Here we go.
0-0. Mike 3. Let it go.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offense...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
It's 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here's Haskins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and goal, Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jake Butt there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17-all as they come up on a first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the... .40-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Wide. Hey, stash. 5'9", 5'9".
Smoke!
Throwing his Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Here we go.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Hey, Fort Tokyo. Hey, Alpha.
Mike 55.
Here we go.
Now Wentz.
Here I come again.
That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watch the curl.
Check 52. Rush in. Watch twist.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Wentz now on first down. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
56. Mike.
Kill.
Right there. 56.
No chance. Check.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 280.
Check 56. Now watch run.
Sunday.
Mike 56.
Buzz.
You ain't got nothing.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Wentz now to throw.
Give me that ball.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 13 yards out as his guys are able to regain the lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? the back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And it's 3rd down.
Mike 3. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3rd and 2, now Haskins. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown, Washington.
Will Fuller, 69 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I talked with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 35 on 2nd down, Haskins slings this deep for McLaurin, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one.
Hey, check. 0-0.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Mike 3.
Combo.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Combo.
Let him know.
From the 22, Haskins going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Don't get nervous.
Sunday.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Say,
Two jet.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
61, matchbox lights.
Mike
Here, sit.
56. Mike 56. I'm coming for you.
Here's Wentz to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now a carry for Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A big pickup there for the Eagles first down, 18 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Foxtrot. Here, sit.
He's coming to you.
Here we go.
Motion. Hey.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
Let's go, baby.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Solid. At the 46-yard line.
6-6, bullet high.
Wentz now on first down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Wentz connecting with his tight end, Goddard.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Go.
It's a gain of 20. That's another.
On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Empty.
He's crawling the way back home.
Hey, Ford Tokyo.
Watch out.
Hey, seam 6.
56.
56.
Again, it's Wentz. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 9-yard touchdown there as his guys are back within a single score. So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for two.
Let's go. Great.
It's a party now.
They'll try and run it up the middle. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
You think you gonna get this?
Switch. 64. Wait.
Check 49.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Check the backer. Hey.
They'll run with Geis. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tight dog.
Yeah.
Alert 3.
Ball trot.
Zero, Mike free.
2nd down, Haskins. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble. And they did. Took it the other way for a score. And now, if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle, perhaps, to win this ball game.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Motion. Mike's 56.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. It's complete, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Eagles 37.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The tight end set to valve the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here I come. Here I come. Zoom, zoom. Here I come.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, check 5.
Haskins to throw.
Watch the ball.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Go, go. Waiting.
56. Check the out.
Straight 15. Straight 15.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia.